Hello, my name's Mike, and this is a video about personal independence payment, daily living activity number 4, washing and bathing. This is about the help that you need or would need most days to get into and out of an ordinary unadapted bath, to get into and out of an ordinary unadapted shower, and to wash your body, looking separately at your lower body, your upper body and your hair. And to do all of that safely, in a reasonable time, to an acceptable standard, whenever you need to, throughout the day and night, and to do it without too much pain, dizziness, fatigue, or other bad effects. So, within that, there's only really one thing of note, which is that the assessment includes what help you need to get into and out of a bath, what help you need to get into and out of an unadapted ordinary shower, regardless of whether you actually do those things. So, what do they need to know about? Well, I've got my checklist. Always got my checklist. If you're watching this on my website, my checklist, the checklist questions, and the examples I'm going to share with you, they're down below. If you're watching this on YouTube, there's a link to my checklist in the comments, although you might prefer to head over to mikebolton.co.uk/PIP. So, as always, we're looking at washing and bathing. The first question is going to be about aids, what things you need to use that you wouldn't have needed if you didn't have your condition. The next question is about prompting, reminding, encouraging, explaining whether you need that in order to wash and bathe. The next questions are about physical help, whether you need physical help to get into an ordinary bath, physical help to get into an ordinary shower, or physical help to wash your body. And physical help to wash your body scores different points according to whether it's your lower body, your upper body, or your hair. As always, there's a question about safety. Do you need someone with you all the time you're doing the task of having a shower or having a bath to keep you safe? And finally, what if you've got all that help and you still can't do it safely, still can't do it to an acceptable standard, still can't do it in a reasonable time, still can't do it without too much pain, etc. So, here's a couple of examples. This one is a lady that I spoke to yesterday. She has a variety of conditions, one of which involves very poor balance. She also has very severe arthritis in her hands. She showed me that she can't make a fist that's tighter than that. And when she can grip onto something, her grip isn't very, very strong. So problems with balance, problems with grip. This is what we told them about. First question, aids. I use a bath board to get in and out of the bath when I have a shower. I sit on the board, then lift my legs over the side. I have a rail to help with standing up, but it isn't much use because of the weakness of my grip. I have a brush on a stick to do my feet and a sponge on a stick to do my back. Aids. Next question we answered was about physical help to get into and out of a bath. As I've explained above, I can get to a standing position in the bath, but I could not then sit down or get up from sitting without another person on either side of me. We didn't answer the one about physical help to get in a shower, because she can manage that, but we moved on to the ones about actually washing. And this is what she said. I wash my body and hair independently, but it takes me a very long time, maybe 25 minutes, to do what I used to be able to do in 5 minutes. If, for some reason, I had to do it in less than 10 minutes, I would need physical help to do my entire body and my hair. I'd never want this, by the way. Also, the reaching and stretching necessary to shower is very painful. It might be more tolerable if I had physical help. Next question was about safety. Do you need someone with you all the time you're doing it to keep you safe? This is what she said. I keep myself safe by going very slowly. If I had to get showered in less than 10 minutes, it would be much more risky, and I'd need someone with me all the time I was doing it to keep me safe. We didn't actually explain about the risk of falls there. We assume that they get that from the degree of information that they've had earlier on in the fall. Finally, what if you got that? You've got your age, you've got your physical health, you've got someone with you to keep you safe. Is it true that you still can't do it safely, still can't do it in a reasonable time, still can't do it to an acceptable standard, still can't do it without too much pain? So this is what we said. Even if I had physical help, I think that showering would still take me more than 10 minutes when it used to take 5. Even if I had help, physical help, showering would still be very painful. And even if I had someone with me, if I had to shower in a reasonable time, it'd still be very risky. The person there would just end up picking me up or calling the ambulance after I'd had my fall. Within that last part, I used the words reasonable time. A reasonable time meaning no more than twice as long as a person who doesn't have a disability would take. Here's another one. I worked with a young man who, following a traumatic episode, had become very anxious and very depressed. He wasn't looking after himself at all. The only question we answered in relation to washing and bathing was the one about prompting, reminding, encouraging, explaining. And this is what we said. Since I got on well, life seems pointless, and I can't even bring myself to manage the simplest self-care tasks. The only time I have a shower is when my sister comes round and prompts and encourages me. Prompting, reminding, encouraging, explaining, PIP points. Hopefully, if you've got to deal with PIP, you'll find that by processing the answers that you give in this way, by using my checklist of questions, you'll be able to tell the decision maker what they need to know, and hopefully your claim will get the right result. If it doesn't, appeal it, but more about that later. I'm sorry, I can't help with individual claims, but if your organisation needs some training, get in touch.